Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabby. We are here with Hank. We are wrapping up week 2 here at Best Paw Forward of his board and train program with us. He is doing very well so far in the program. And what we are working on today, we're just going to go through a little bit of his weekly review, show you what he's been working on this week and how he's doing with everything. So, we are working on leash right now. We are out in the field, so a lot more distracting compared to last week where we were inside. So we've worked our way up to this point. So we started off inside the barn, low distraction. Our next step was to bring him outside and work with him outside in a slightly more distracting area. We worked a little bit in the ruins, and now we are outside in the field. We have a 6-acre field here at Best Paw Forward. And it is a lot more distracting out here because we do have a lot of different animals around. We do have dogs working out here pretty frequently. So lots of smells, a lot more challenging, but he's doing a great job. Right there, he did pull a little bit ahead, but we were able to get him right back. He actually relieved that leash pressure on his own, which is great. We've been working with him this week on leash pressure and getting him to recognize that that pressure on the leash does not mean to continue to pull forward, but it actually means to check in with the handler. Very nice. Good. So he did it right there. He checked in with her. He got close to the end of the leash.
Let's go.
So he's still sniffing around, which is perfectly fine. We just want to make sure that he's not pulling us to get to a smell. So he can sniff around. That's great. It actually gives him a little bit of mental exercise, which should be paired with physical exercise as well with dogs. Just as long as he's not pulling us to get there. So doing great with this. We are going to pause this real quick and go into our small yard here and show you a little bit of recall. Okay, so we are out. We are working on his recall now. We are in this small yard, which compared to last week, we were working inside the barn. So it's a little bit more challenging. We are recalling him from the length of the leash right now. But we were able to drop that leash the other day. But it is a lot for puppies to work on multiple things during a session, and especially a session like this where it is a little bit longer. But we want to make sure we're setting him up for success. Perfect. So he's able to come back to us. Really helps with Hank to get a little bit excited. He is a puppy, so it tends to help in getting him to come back to us. So in the beginning also, we're not calling him when his head is down. We're only calling him when his head is up. Because when his head is down, it's a little bit too distracting for him at this point in his training. Eventually, one day, he will be able to recall with his head up. But it takes a little bit of time to get to that point, and he also is still a very young puppy. So we want to set our expectations of our dog according to their age as well. Very nice. Good. So he's doing well with his recall as well as his leash. We're going to pause this, head inside, and show you a little bit of appropriate play. Appropriate play has also helped a little bit with Drop It. We're also going to start next week a little with Leave It, Drop It to help with his leash, since he does get excited and does find things on the ground and tend to pick them up. So we're going to work on that a little bit next week. We did work a little bit today on Leave It, and he's doing well with that, but we will show you more about that next week. So we're going to pause this real quick, and we will be right back inside. Okay, we are back. We have Hank. We're going to show you a little bit of appropriate play. So perfect. He is sitting before we toss that toy. He has gotten a lot better with that. He does jump up every so often out of excitement, but we are working on that with this appropriate play, making sure that he is not able to jump up. So we're going to ask for that drop. Once that ball comes out of his mouth, we're going to mark with the yes, and we're going to toss the other one. Yes. And you can use food as well for drop if the ball is not as interesting to him. That's why we do try to use identical toys. But sometimes dogs still favor one over the other. Very good. Nice job. He has been good about taking him back to his place as well. So when you play with him, you can have a place out.
Good boy.
But you want to make sure you're not chasing your dog around to get that toy, because that's just going to teach him that it is a game.
Ready? Good.
Good. Very nice.
Good boy. Yes.
But very important to teach our puppies that they need to play appropriately. They can play, they can have fun, but they need to be able to bring that level back down and
What'd you find?
not jump up during play sessions. Very
Good
nice.
boy.
Good boy.
Hey.
And again, this drop is going to help next week when we work a little bit more on drop to help with his leash. So again, his leash, he tends to get really excited when there's stuff in the street or on the ground that he can pick up. So we're going to work on that next week, and this is going to help with that.
Good boy.
So excellent job wrapping up week 2 here at Best Paw Forward. You guys have any questions? Hank is a very sweet boy. We look forward to working with him again next week.